Because you get very loud, at least 20 over. At least, you might even be more than that. It's still the storm and time really on the Royal Cyclers. I do remember Les. I remember Les quite well actually. I remember his accent and that sort of I don't know that kind of I don't even know what accent it was from. I remember his accent as slang. Obviously it was English, but he had that kind of drawly kind of I don't know if it was Cornwall or something like that, but he had that kind of drawly English accent. I do remember him. He was a nice guy actually, quite like Les. And of course he was I never hear either. EA5JZ or something like that. I can't remember his call sign. Never hear from him now either. I think I might have spoken to him once or twice since last time, but I never heard on the band at home, so I don't even know if he's still living in that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put it back to you, Brian. I think she reported at the moment a coffee, Brian, I've stayed on 40 metres in 10 minutes from Andrew. So back to you anyway, Brian. Big signal this morning, VK2JE.
Yeah, well, Paul, I've got a few questions I want to ask of you regarding where you are in Spain and all the rest of it, but I won't raise it yet. I'll wait until you get your coffee. I'll have a word with Billy. You write your own report, Paul. Oh, jeez. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful conditions. So you go make your coffee, Paul. I'll just have a word with Billy. But I got a few questions I would like to ask you about Spain, Paul. And anyway, we'll go into that when you get back with your coffee. Billy, how's things? And I hope you're well. And okay about 156. Look, I just got a message on WhatsApp from Jono in ATI. Good morning to you, John. I know you're listening. He gave me a 15/9 report. I only just finished our evening meal, Billy, and a little bit late getting in, but anyway, never mind. Your lovely signal, Billy, and I'll pop it back to you, and I'll raise the questions when Paul gets back. GI3NVW, VK2 Juliet Echo.
V0JSMN, VK16. The day before was fantastic, and I can't remember how early it opened the day before, unfortunately. 7BA would have had a record of how early it opened. He used to be able to tell you, weeks later on, the band only opened at such and such a time last week, or whatever week it was. So I haven't heard of an ATA on direct passes yet, but I do know that we're hoping to try and get something going with him and with Eamon over in the States. NI2US was his new call sign. it's amazing somebody get that call sign. It's stateside and Northern Ireland to United States. It took a bit of getting, I would have thought. Anyway, good to hear you're over the noise, and I hope this guy goes away. Surprised that Paul hasn't heard it. And I know you're interested in Spain, and we've had a QTH there since 1988, and spent many great years. I remember when I first acquired it, and people were getting QTHs, caravans and things up in Northwest Ireland, a beautiful part of the world, and about an hour and a half drive, very scenic. And I used to, I said, I don't know what you're going to do that for. You'll never get any use out of it compared with what we're doing. But in actual fact, we did better because in the real good times, we were getting 3 months a year down there. A month in May, which is good weather, a month in September, which is good weather, and then a couple of breaks on either side of Christmas. And very often we got good weather. On one amazing occasion, we got a little bit of frost on the windscreen of the car. Shock, I couldn't believe it. VK2JE, GI3NVW.
Yeah, just a little bit of a pause in case Paul was back, but nothing yet. Yeah, okay, Billy. Yeah, look, it was quite fascinating, really. I was watching a program on TV this afternoon about a couple of English ladies who were looking at properties in Spain. They were around Barcelona and down the coast from Barcelona, and I was quite amazed, Billy. A really nice 3 or 4 bedroom home property seemed to be selling for ballpark figures. I'll call it €550,000, and whether those prices are current now or not, I don't know. That's why I would like to speak to Paul about it. And I'm also curious about, like Paul's got a very big tower up there, and I was wondering what he had to do with the authorities to put the tower up. Did he have to get special permits and all those sorts of things? I mean, I could sell up our property here that my wife and I dearly love, and we could move over there, and if the property prices are looking like they are, but oh dear, then there's all sorts of things come into it, like the language barrier, and it's amazing, Billy, but I don't think anything will happen of it, but I was just curious, that's all. Absolutely curious. So there you have it. And well, I don't know about April 4. Let's just see what happens. I've had a really good day today. I've had a problem with my boat in the respect that the motor hadn't been run for about 2 or 3 years, and I went to try and run it 2 weeks ago, and the main cranking battery was absolutely dead. Anyway, yesterday I purchased a new battery and fitted it up into the boat and everything, and I got it out this morning. And it took me a little while to fire the motor up. It's a big motor, Billy. It's a Mercury 2-stroke. It's 175 horsepower, and it's a big motor to crank over. But anyway, I eventually got it all fired up today, and the long and the short of it is that I've got it booked in for a small job to be done. I want the impeller in the water pump to be replaced because it's been sitting there for too long, and then I want to put it on the market and sell it and get rid of it. It's just been sitting there too long, but Pam said to me today, she said, gee, before you sell it,
I really would love to get out in it again. And there's a big story behind that boat, Billy. But anyway, I'll go into that a little later if you're interested. But great signal, and I don't know, John, I'll just leave a pause. Do you want to pop in and say a word, John? ON8EI, VK2JE, over.
I'm in for a quick one, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Right, I've got a sked in a couple of minutes and 40 metres, so I'm going to head to 40. Now, I was drinking my coffee and eating my biscuits and listening to you while you were chatting. I'll get a chat with you about the things that you want to talk about maybe later on or later on this morning or tomorrow. Brian, of course you've got to think about the language, but you can go into areas where there's,
speaking community as well, there's various things. Tower and antenna, you have to ask permission from telecommunications. There's an application required for that. They want to know exactly the tower, exactly the concrete, exactly the grounding system, exactly the equipment you use, exactly the antenna. Everything's got to be exact because they inspect the station when you come up. But and it's usually a successful application. I don't think there's too many things that say no. So you have to do that application. I've got all that passed and signed off, so that's good. But we'll get a chat about it when I don't have to rush off, Brian, okay?
Yeah, okay, Paul, no worries. It's just look, what's the average price of a reasonable 4-bedroom home with a pool, Paul? What are we looking at? 500, 600,000 euro, or what are we looking at, Paul?
It depends on the area, mate. Totally depends on the area. I was looking in a place the other day in a village called Leliana. And it was looking for less than 700 grand, and on a small plot as well. You're looking at a lot of land with that, 300 or 400 square metres. So it just depends on the area, where you want to go, where you want to be. And I don't honestly have a clue. Right, I was just passing by the other day when we were going for lunch, and I looked in an estate agent. I
don't like because I've not been interested in buying at all. But I've seen some places down in Malaga coming up on Facebook for 350,000, 400,000, 500,000. Nice plot, nice bit of land. But again, you need to find out if they have mains for the sewers, or if it's a septic tank, or if it's running, if it's electricity, if it's grid, or if it's solar. So there's all sorts of things in some of these places you need to double check on. So you would have to look into that on your own, Brian. I don't have a clue because I haven't looked for years and years of it.
Paul, you bring over your sked. I'll catch you later. Thanks for the quick response, but yeah, I don't think we'll be selling up here and moving over there, but it was just funny that we watched this show today and it looked really, really nice countryside, and Pam said to me, gee, we could sell up here and we could buy over there quite easily, but yeah. And as I said earlier, the language barrier would come into it, and being a fair dinkum Aussie, I don't speak anything else but Aussie. Catch you later, Paul. You go and do what you got to do with your sked, and I'll put it back to Billy. Oh, I'll put it back to you, and you put it to Billy, Paul. EA5JZ, VK2JE, booming signal.
Okay, mate, no worries. Excellent. Well, just to write this call sign down, Brian, because there's another station on the frequency wants to call you. Mike 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. Mike 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray moves on frequency as well. He's staging very loud into England, so if you could give him a call as well. But I better go. Andrew was sitting waiting me. Billy, I'll talk to you later on, okay?
Yeah, Roger. Back to your engine. Taking you up all with that. And Brian's holding up. I'm not going to stay you down there. But next bit of frequency, next bit of frequency on 40 meters.
Okay, I will do. Billy. See you later, Neil. See you later, John. See you later, Brian. Good night. Good morning.
Back to you. Interestingly, what you're talking about. community when it started. Well, I'll tell you about it another time when we have more time. VK2JE, GI3NVW.
Calling Victor Kilo, Zulu Lima, VK.
I don't know, somebody's calling CQ for Victor Kilo on this frequency, and if you're listening, the frequency is in use. Oh, geez. Okay, Billy, it's quite amazing. Anyway, I should have a listen for Mike 9 Kilo Alpha, I think was what Paul said. And I believe John ON8EI is on frequency as well. So just quickly, Mike 9 Kilo Alpha VK2 Juliet Echo, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Brian, VK2 Juliet Echo, Mexico 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. You're exceedingly strong, Brian, you are. It's like you're sitting next to me in the chair, over.
Okay, Mike Kilo 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. What's the name there, please?
Yeah, correction on the call, Brian. It's Mexico number 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. The name's Neil. I think we've worked before, but as I say, such a colossal signal. You're 15 dB over to me, and it's like the audio is that clear. It's like you're sitting next to me having a cup of coffee and a biscuit frying over.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble copying you. You're about 3 to 4 by 4. That's the best report I can give you. I'm just getting you out of the noise, and that's all. I still don't believe I have the call sign correct. But anyway, thanks for being there and saying g'day, and thanks for the report. I'll just pop it over now to John.
N8EI, VK2 Juliet Echo. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger, and good morning to Neil as well, and good morning to Billy. VK2JE, ON8EI. Any contact from Belgium, Brian, over?
Oh, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Why would you ask? Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I think the what's happening is the UK and a bit above, they're not hearing VK like we're hearing them in Belgium, and sometimes it's the opposite way round. By the way, you're 10 over, and as Neil said, your audio is just the best ever. Over.
Thanks, John and Neil. Yeah, look, I get so many comments worldwide and locally regarding the audio, and funnily enough, John, I went out the other evening and I said to Pam, "Have a listen to this. This is a little video clip that John in Belgium took of me talking to you, and I played it, and she said, 'My God,' she said, that sounds as if you're standing right next to me. It's absolutely perfect as your audio is. But I don't know what it is, John, whether it's the Theta software or the Corsair headset, but whatever it is, the audio really punches through, John. Anyway, I'll put it back to you, and would you please put it to Billy, ON8EI in the small group, VK2JE.
Yeah, Roger on that, Brian. VK2JE, ON8EI. And I'm just wondering, Billy, are you hearing me? GI3NVW, ON8EI, Billy, over.
Yeah, good morning, John. I'm in M5. I'm hearing you from the GRM, which is over at 9 control. I'm losing it. Brian is only just about able to compete with it. I'm amazed, you know, because Paul normally has a frequency and he doesn't usually get GRM. But I'd like to have a chat with you, but I really haven't got any time at the moment. Because Dorothy's carers have arrived, I'll have to get out of here. But there's a whole lot of stuff we could talk about, but it's just not going to happen at the moment with this QRM. Are you copying me? Just move the antenna around off VK, but it didn't really help. ON8EI in the group, GI3NVW.
Yeah, Roger, and that Billy, GI3NVW, ON8EI, and the little group. Okay, well, I know you got to go. By the way, you're 5 and 7, punching through very nicely on the Drake. And there's an example, Billy, of if you get set up. I know you do have WhatsApp, I believe. If you get set up, I was able to tell Brian that you were here, and that's the reason Brian is now speaking to you. Otherwise, Billy, you'd be like ships in the night. Over?
Yeah, Roger, yeah, well, I do, yes, and what's that with Paul? He just sent me a message about the frequency on 40 meter speed on to work some VK, and when I rest, I've only got about 2 minutes, so I think I'll skip and see if I can hear the VK on 40 meters. The VK2JE, I've worked on 10, I've done 20, but never on 40 yet. Well, maybe I have, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to get that sorted out at some stage. But I would like to catch up with anyone. Oh, and ADI in the group GI3NVW.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, I'll send you an email, and we can take it from there. So back to you, Brian. Over.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful if you get Billy up on WhatsApp. That would be really good. All right, Billy. Well, you want to go? I'll just have a few brief more words with John, and it's past 10 to 8, so it's past our time to go and make my dear wife our peppermint tea for the night. But Billy, really, I'm very appreciative that John notified me by WhatsApp that you were here talking to Paul, and that's what it's all about, Billy. It's really a great form of communication. It doesn't beat ham radio, but by gee, it helps, Billy. So I'll put it back to you. I think you want to go, so I'll say 73. We'll catch you next time, Billy. GI3NVW, VK2JE.
Roger, well, you're terrific signal and okay on the how you found me up here. I was down at 156, but I couldn't. There was no way we were going to have any communication. And the frequency was not bad full of stuff. And then I came up and I called Paul, and I don't often get in to Paul because he's not very strong up here when he beats the other way. Anyway, I gave you all the story on how to get an antenna off. I didn't have trouble. I just took the thing off the giant screen and it was easy. Right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. One of the quick uses for Paul with it on 40 meters, and then I got to go and sort of breakfast out. But Billy, good morning. I'll be around tomorrow. I'll try and be on 156. And if you send me the email, John, we'll go from there. So I'm going to clear the frequency. ONADI to take it for a final from me, GI3NVW. Cheers to you, Brian.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. Cheers, Billy. Catch you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, bye-bye, Billy. Just a quick weather report from your side, over.
Yeah, it's 6 degrees and it's raining, and it was a really nice day yesterday. Sunshine bright all day, and the weather forecast kept saying it was raining all day, so we weren't looking out the window go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, sunny here, and I think we're at about 7 degrees. Okay, we'll talk soon, Billy. Great hearing you. GI3NVW, ON80I, over.
Yeah, okay, Billy. Well, the strange part about it is I'm not hearing any QRM at all apart from you and John speaking. Amazing. And, Mike, I think it's Mike Kilo 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. Would you like to have another transmission? And catch you later, Billy. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Go ahead, VK2JE, over.
I can hear you, no problem whatsoever, Brian, over.
Sorry, mouse was in the wrong place. Mike 9 Kilo Alpha X-ray. I think I've got the call sign right now, have I? Go ahead.
Are you still the same? It's still the same signal. I can hear John just scratching, and I can hear Billy scratching, but you're like as if you're stood next to me, John. One another.
Yeah, okay, fine. All right, well, thanks for giving me the call. You're not terribly strong, but I'm getting 90% of what you're saying. So, John, I'm going to pop it back to you, and then I'll get out of here and go and make our peppermint tea for the evening. But great to hear you, and thank you again, John, for the so diligent with the messages, John. ON80I VK2JE.
Yeah, Roger. Good morning to Neil, and maybe we'll pick up with Neil on 40 meters, because he's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. A VK2JE, ON80I, the little group. Well, always happy. I'm a big listener. Can you believe, Brian? I actually go to sleep listening to the radio. Sometimes it's 2GB, which you know, but I have a little pillow speaker that I have under the pillow. I can hear the radio. I put it on sleep mode, and it doesn't disturb the person beside me. Over.
That's amazing. You listen to 2GB. My goodness me. You know, John, look, I could go into so many stories about our local broadcast stations, but 2GB I'll never ever forget, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll never forget, for example, Mike Carlton and John Pierce, over.
Oh, yeah, they're there. And did you ever listen to John Laws?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he was okay. He wasn't. He didn't totally light my fire. He's no longer with us, of course. But I tell you, he got a good run for his money. And it's sometimes nice reading on Wikipedia about all those people. And I remember watching an hour, or was it an hour and a half, a video detailing all the stories of Australian radio and the various characters. So there's been some characters and they have some baggage, like what was his name, Ron something. He had a little bit of a lisp, over.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and I can see his picture in front of me, his face, and yes, I do remember the lisp he had. Was it Ron Carlton? No, I don't think so. Anyway, all right, John, I'm going to go. Oh dear, you're incredible. You really are. And having a speaker under your pillow like that doesn't interfere with your good lady is just absolutely marvellous. And look, you've got no idea the amount of times I can, with my iPhone, John, I can connect to the PC in the Radio Shack. I can turn Thetis on, and it's not like operating Thetis like I do here, because I don't have a mouse. So I can only look at a small spectrum, and if I see a signal, I can click on C-Tune and usually click on the frequency, and I often listen to it, and I don't disturb anybody because the audio comes straight through my hearing aids, John, and that way it disturbs nobody. Quite amazing. All right, John, I'll say good morning to you. Thanks for being there. Thanks for the messages. And Neil, you have a great day. Thanks for being there. And I'll put it back to you there, John, for a final, and then I'm out of here. ON80I 73s and 73s to you also, Neil. Mike 9 Kilo Alpha X-Ray, VK2JE signing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll not sure if Neil is speaking. Is he speaking, Brian, over?
Yeah, I think he is.
Brian.
Yeah, 73s, Neil. You're very, very low down, and you actually did double with John for a bit there, but never mind. Okay, back to you, John, and I'm out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'll have to another day before. We've got lots to say, but my son, he built an app for my phone, and it works also on the PC, and I can switch between one Kiwi and another within about 15 seconds. So that's tremendous, and I've got all the good ones saved, and I can jump around. So lots more to talk about, Brian, and. Great hearing you as always, and greetings to the lady of the house, and also our good pal Richie. Hopefully, maybe we can get him up. Wouldn't that be fun? VK2JE and Neil K9KAX ON80I. Back to you for a very quick final, Brian. Over.
Okay, John. Yeah, what can I say? 7-3s, we'll catch you another day, John, and always a pleasure. You're a gentleman. You really are. I don't know what else to say. 7-3s to you also, Neil, and I'm now closing VK2JE. 7-3s.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Well, you're a gentleman and a scholar, but anyway, that's for another day. Take care, Brian. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, John. Good morning, Neil. VK2JE, definitely clear.